Hi everyone, my name is Peggy, as many of you guys probably know. This year I served as a part of the Stanford Robotics Club leadership as the event organizer and social chair. I'm running for robotics president because I really care a lot about robotics, and I want to place more emphasis on easing people who don't have any technical experience into the club and building a stronger and more inclusive community. I plan to do that by having better team onboarding projects, integrating inter-team knowledge and community, and connecting members with more educational experiences outside robotics. So first, I'll start off by talking about the better team onboarding projects. I know that many clubs spend a lot of time on recruitment and retainment, and robotics is no exception. From what I've heard, it can be super intimidating to join a technical engineering club team since it seems like everyone else is so accomplished in technology and knows exactly what they're doing. Of course, right? I want to make sure people who are interested in robotics at Stanford but don't have much of an engineering background, exposure, or skills can come to Robotics Club to learn meaningful technical skills instead of being scared off. I think, in a way, we already seem more friendly and approachable than certain other engineering clubs on campus, including clubs like Solar Car and SSI, and I want to capitalize on that. Also, I want to focus on giving people meaningful projects to do, even if they don't have too much engineering experience at first, to let them learn more skills, but also not to overwhelm them by having them dedicate a lot of their time to onboarding so they are intimidated by the time commitment. I hope to work a lot with the co-leads on developing projects that aren't high priority for the team, but really good for training and learning new skills so that new members can jump in and start learning right away. We should also provide support and accountability by having trackable milestones and open office hours, and also workshops if they need help or training. Once these new members finish the onboarding project, which would help them ease into Robotics Club, they can dedicate more time on prioritized team projects and become fully committed members. Secondly, I really want to work on integrating inter-team knowledge and community. A lot of the core teams share knowledge and use similar technology and methods already. For example, the CS teams of Mars Rover, Extreme Mobility, and Social Robotics all use LiDARs and mapping in order to autonomously drive their robot. So, to decrease similar issues we face with similar technologies, while also trying to increase efficiency of resources, time, and learning, we could have some sort of a combined CSEE ME knowledge sharing projects, which would then foster cross team communication and would let us be integrated to the larger robotics community as a whole rather than separate core teams. A lot of the sub-team meetings in ME, EE, and CS are already separate from the general core team meetings. So an idea is to have a general just mechanical engineering or just CS meeting across different core teams at the same time in the same room. For example, we can have an ME meeting and work session to share knowledge and updates across all of social robotics, Mars Rover, extreme mobility, and exoskeleton mechanical engineering teams. This allows us to meet people outside of our core teams and become more inclusive as we belong to Robotics Club as a whole instead of just to a core team such as EXO or Extreme Mobility. And I'd be happy to hear more of your thoughts and ideas on this issue as well. Finally, I really hope to connect robotics members with more educational experiences outside Stanford Robotics Club. For example, I really want to focus on having a streamlined pipeline for people to get summer opportunities, including internships and research because of robotics. By reaching out to Robotics Club alumni for connections, or reaching out to robotics companies in the Bay Area or Stanford alumni, we could do this easily. We could also perhaps implement a robotics industry night or a smaller career fair for just robotics companies and our members. Um, we can also invite tech talks with robotics related companies, which would add to the Stanford education as a whole as well as robotics club members. I realize that these initiatives are a lot to implement. And so, if I become elected as president, I will step down from all of my leadership involvement in other clubs and solely dedicate my time to Robotics Club. And I would be happy to recruit interested members to spearhead some of these initiatives if I become elected. I'll be happy to meet with any of you to chat to hear your thoughts on the club as well. I really want to thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my speech, and I really hope to receive your vote to make these initiatives happen. Thank you again.